The 6th of May, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Omer, Siman, yes. And yeah, I think we're in. We did. Let's review. Let's review Siv Dalit, and we're gonna focus on the Ramah now. Okay. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead, Mayor, if you like. Read Siv
Okay, let
Dalit,
me
and we'll
quickly
start the
find.
Mishnah Berurah when we come to the Ramah.
Okay, so this is Dalit in Tafei Tet Dalit. Okay, so it says, let's see. Misha Shoel Oto Chavero Ben Hashmashot Kama Yemei Hasfira Bazev Halayla. Okay, so if one asks his friend, I guess at twilight, uh, what is such and such day?
Right. Someone will ask you during Banish Mushes, what is the day that we're going to be counting shortly? So
Okay,
don't say to him such and such as the day.
right. Eino yachol lachzor no. Okay, so he's not able to lachzor, repeat, and count with a bracha.
Right, because if you tell them what the day is, you give them the day of the Omer, what it is, you're going to lose out your ability to count with a bracha later on when it becomes Seitz HaKavim, becomes
Oh, okay. Aval kodem bein hashmashot, if it's before twilight, kevan she'eino zman sfira, since it is not time for the counting, ein bichach klum. Okay, so I guess what, it doesn't matter, ein bichach klum, or it's as if he did nothing.
it's as if he did nothing, right? If it was before Yom, it was during before Banish Mushes, which is not the Zman of the Sphira. In Bakakun, there's nothing in this at all.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Okay.
if to simply to say the day, you want to say, for example, today is now 23. So if a person would ask you what's the count for tonight, you could tell them tonight's going to be 24 because what you said 24 saying 24 now means absolutely nothing. There's no meaning to that whatsoever in terms of the fulfillment of the mitzvah Suras Omer. You have the problem when you get to Bena Shmushes after sunset and before the stars coming out. Say
Uh,
it's going to be 24. So it could be that it's already the 24th day. So it could be you fulfilled your mitzvah already. So how are you going to make a bracha later on? You won't be able to.
uh-huh. Right. So saying the day at in, I guess, its proper time is as if counting. Okay. Um, yeah, because when I was a kid, uh, if someone asks, what is the count, or what's the count going to be, you would say yesterday was, and that would be the hint. Okay, very good. So we're going to go on to the Haggah now.
Yes, please.
Okay, so Shehigia Hazman uh, Asurin Le'echol Ad Sheyispor. Okay, so when the time arrived, uh,
Meaning after Tzeitzuk Chachavim, and now at the time to count the Omer.
okay. Um, Asurin, it's forbidden to I guess, to eat until he counts the Omer.
Right. This is a wholly nothing, a wholly different halacha.
Ah, okay, that is different. Oh, and it says Ve'afilu hitchil echol posech v'sofer. And even if he did begin to eat, he should stop, interrupt it, I guess, and count. Mihu im hitchil le'echol kodem shehigia hazman, and one that began to eat before the time approached. Eino tzarik l'hafsik. One does not have to interrupt. Ella, let's see, Gomer achilato v'sofer achar kach. But he can finish eating and then count afterwards.
So what's the difference between the two cases?
What do you mean? Which case you refer to?
The first case is he should stop and count, and the second case is he doesn't have to stop. He can finish and count.
Right. So the basic difference between the two is the first case is he shouldn't start to eat. It's forbidden for him to start to eat. In the second case, he began to eat during the daytime, and it was perfectly permissible for him to eat at that time. And he simply carried his message in. He would count the Omer in the middle of his foods. He is not obligated to stop to eat. And since he started when it was permissible to eat, he's not obligated to stop to eat.
Well, in the first case, he started when it was not permissible to eat.
Right. He started when it was after Bein Hashmoshes.
Okay, so once it's been a shmashos, you can't eat until you count.
Right. Correct.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I see. Thank you.
Okay. So very good. Let's take a look at the Mishnah Berura here. We'll see some of this explained at length in the Mishnah Berura. That will bring us to Sif Katan Chaf Gimel, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the fourth line up from the bottom in the Mishnah Berura.
Okay, hold on. Kaf Gimel.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I have it. Sorry.
Have it?
I didn't see it at first. Okay. Ukashei Giazman. Okay. So, and if the time arrives. Okay. So, Rotzeh Lomar. Oh, yeah. Tzedek Chochavim. That is to say, at twilight. Oh, no. Tzedek Chochavim is when the stars come out. Okay. Afilu im kivar hit palalu kriyashma utfila. And even if he already is davening kriyashma and the Shmoneh Esrei, the imlok chain belav hachi asur mishum kriyashma utfila. That if he locain, I'm not sure what that is. The imlocain belav, but it's not a negative command. Oh, because it's not a negative command, he's forbidden to eat. Because he has to do Shema and the Shmoneh Esrei. Hmm. That's interesting. You said today many minyanim are actually way after eating dinner time.
So it just depends on several different factors. Depends on which day of the week it is. Shabbos could be different than every Shabbos could be different. When they usually die, first of all, a person should know what's his normal behavior, what's his normal thing. Does he usually wash and eat during Ben Shmoshes? Is he going to begin to eat, like, say, Shalashudas on Shabbos? He eats when it's still Shabbos, right? And he
Right.
continues on through dark, right?
That's a good point. Or even on Erev Shabbos, if you start Shabbos early, the same thing can happen.
Good.
Okay, and the Hiskimu Achronim, and the Achronim agree with this. She- Shelefi, my de faskinan le'el b'simin reish lamed hey l'hachmir mechatzi sha'a kodem hazman. Okay, so not sure. Do lefi my they paskin above in Siman Reish Lamed Hey to be strict. I guess from a half hour before the Zman, before the time of counting. I guess it's referring to maybe not to start eating. Give it a half hour before the time to count.
Right. If you approach the time for eating within that half hour's time, or the time of the counting, if you begin to eat, that's when the beginning of the prohibition of eating begins, half an hour before the actual counting is.
Okay. And hu hadin hachayesh lanu lahachmir shelo lechol mechatzi sha'a hasamuk l'tzvira. Okay, and that's actually the din, that if it's within, I guess, a half hour before the counting, one should not eat. Let's see, the hala. Okay, and closer. Let's see, afilu im kavar hikdim v'hit palel, and even if one already hikdim is earlier and then prayed and
To proceed.
davened,
To
proceeded.
proceed. Yeah, it's not that hikdim that's a word I've tried without too much success to get a good translation for. Hikdim is to
Proceed, you said. Okay, so you proceeded and prayed and davened. Okay, b'makom she'aminhag shehashamish korei lispor sfira. But at a place, it's a minhag that the shamish reads to count the Omer, lispor sfira. Ein lach mir bikodem zmano. One doesn't have to be strict Bikodem Zmano, I guess earlier in the time. So is he saying that if they say recite the Omer at shul, that one who's davening there should do it too with the congregants?
So this is another case, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is if they began to eat. Let's see. Continue on.
Okay, but this is already one's in shul, it seems like. Akam Makom Minhag Hashamash Korelis Porsvira, that he counts the Omer, and one doesn't have to be Ein La Hachmir Bikodem Zmano. One doesn't have to be strict about prior to its time. Sounds like they davened mincha early, not mincha, Mariv early.
Yeah, it was very common they would daven early in those days. Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't have street lights or anything like that. It was dark when it was dark, it really dark.
Mhm. Okay, so kaf dalit is le'echol, to eat, uadin she'ar milachot, kedi el siman reish lamed bet and reish lamed hey. Okay, so this is the din concerning other malachas too, as is written above in reish lamed bet and reish lamed hey. Okay, so kaf hey is posek, one stops and counts. Okay, let's see what that says. Hainu lemanda amar sfira bismana ze deoraita. Okay, here it said the sfira bismana ze at this time according to Torah law deoraita.
That's right.
Ukedi mitzayin behaga. What's that? According to a guy, it's
That's the dins over dinim halachas over there by what's permissible to do by before Ma'ariv. So those things apply here as well.
oh, okay. But in Cain Ledidan did not naktinan tzvira basman azeh de Rabbanan eno posek. Well, then if therefore it's the law of counting at this time, according to the Rabbanan, the rabbis, eno posek. One doesn't stop, one doesn't interrupt. Oh. Kediel b'siman reish lamed bet, as seen above in reish lamed bet, le'inyan mincha, the topic of mincha. V'yesh me'achronim shekatvu, there are some achronim that write, the lefikach chashash harama po be'inyanenu lahachmir ke'oto dea de shehu de oraita. Okay, so therefore, keep forgetting what chashash means.
Different levels of,
Hashash Rama, like support,
right,
not support.
exactly.
Yeah.
Depends if it's going to be the spheres, the rice, the rabbanon. We already saw that Rove poskim hold bisman is that the sphere is the rabbanon, but there are a vast group of Rishonim that do hold that the sphere, even in our time, is in fact the rice. So maybe make a note. This is probably the way I think we went a few minutes over time. Yeah, yeah. Let's review this tomorrow. Simon, Sifkat and Chaf. Hey.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll
Because I have a
review this
question
tomorrow.
about that because it's even written in the Torah, the what you say before the blessings for Atem Lachem Yimar Chadash Shabbat. So it's written right in the Sefer
Yeah,
Torah.
definitely it's the source is from the Torah. But the question is when there's no base of Mikdash, we're not makriv the Korban Omer. The question is
Ah,
our counting. What we do now is that what we're doing. Are we doing a mitzvah deraisa or derabanan now? That's the
aha,
question.
I see. Okay, very good. Well, we
Great.
will continue tomorrow then.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. Have a wonderful day. Thank
Okay,
you,
you
Lou.
too.
Be well.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shkoyach Meir.
Talk to you, Lou. Thank you.